Hey, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing? Good afternoon to those on the East Coast. I'm actually on time. How crazy is that? And not only that, like you guys can see, I've got curls in my hair, I've got makeup on. I'm actually mildly productive today. I think that comes from not sleeping, but hey, I'm productive. So I am over-caffeinated probably. So because today is going to be like a crazy busy day, I definitely wanted to hang out for a little bit and chat, but it might be kind of a quick one. I know, oh no, she's gonna stop talking soon, crazy. One thing I did want to touch on, you guys know that I went to that InfoCon yesterday. It was really fun, and I spent, I say the first hour or so walking around going, wow, I don't even know what I don't know. It is crazy, it is overwhelming, there's a lot there, but for people who do almost anything that involves like either visual advertising or show production, it was a very cool thing to be a part of. So I found a couple companies I'd actually heard of. I was pretty excited about that. I met some very cool vendors. I saw a couple of products, not a lot that necessarily apply to authors and streaming and more small production things like this, but a few. Shocks is a big one. They're those headphones that you always see me wearing at the gym when I'm doing the research for Everyday Spartan. And then Insta360, if you're familiar with their cameras, they're kind of like GoPro, except that they go all the way around. And so they were very cool, and they had a ton of products. They're actually moving into like a business to business, so they have webcams and the tracking ones. It was cool. If you put your hand up, it'll start tracking you, and then you can move around, and then if you put your hand back up, it stops tracking you. You can also go like this, and then if you raise it up, it zooms in, and if you bring it back down, it'll zoom back out. So it was kind of a neat thing to see the technology with the hands-free controls. Who knows, if I keep baking as much as I do, maybe I'll invest in one of those at some point so it can follow me around the kitchen. I don't have to worry about staying directly in the same place. But it was neat. It was cool to see. Me being the big giant child that I am, I had at the end a little mission. While I was talking to a company, there was another attendee there, and they saw Poe, because I had Poe with me. Of course, Poe goes everywhere. And so one of the ladies that was there, she mentioned that another vendor had a thing called a Raven Box. So they were giving away little ravens. I have a little brood now. They've officially, this morning, been named the Poets. I'm sure you guys can understand why I adore them. The company is called Icron, and it took me like 45 minutes, because that place is huge, to find them. But look, I have 3 little mini Poes. They're so cute. I'm so in love with them. And I have been considering actually getting a couple of those, getting a couple of the mini Poes to maybe add as something on my table, kind of like the bookworms that I have. If you do a 5-book bundle or more, then you get a free Poe, or you could also buy a little mini Poe. So these are the same ones that I was actually looking at getting. It's the same company they order from, and so I may have fallen in love a little bit, and there might be some mini Poes in the near future. So that Poe's gonna be a daddy. Speaking of daddies, not the dark romance kinky kind, but actual Father's Day is coming up on Sunday. So to all the fathers out there, happy Father's Day. Whether you're a cat and dog dad, a human dad, even uncles and nephews, or uncles and grandfathers that step up, just happy Father's Day. My dad has been gone for about 19 years now, but I still wish him Father's Day up in heaven. And I know that he's probably yelling at hockey somewhere or football, but I miss him every day. And to the fathers that are in my life, I'm looking forward to helping celebrate with you this weekend. So, yay, happy Father's Day. One thing I did want to touch on a little bit, talking about InfoCon going out. Obviously, the reason you guys know about that is because it's been up on mine and Poe's social media recently. And that, the sound bath that I did, which I'll touch on in a minute, but with the March to the Fortress for Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Yes, I know my Knights lost, and, you know, boo. But it's a game, and it's a game I love. So win or lose, still a fan, and I just enjoy the spirit of the game. So I filmed the March to the Fortress. People have been commenting how much they loved Poe's little jersey. You did ask where I got it. I am that dedicated fan. I have a Chance doll. Chance is our mascot, for those not Golden Knights familiar. He is our Gila monster, and that's why I said Chance on the back of the jersey. I found a Chance doll that is the right size, that when I took the jersey off, it fit on Poe. So yes, I do actually own a currently shirtless Chance doll, just so the Poe could have his own jersey. But I filmed the March to the Fortress, and thank you to everybody who liked that. That post has actually gotten over 100,000 views, and Poe's followers, my followers, following not only that, but that Market Macabre that I did last week. Wow, my eyes are just watering today. The Market Macabre, where the sideshow acts, where I posted a couple of videos. Social media has just blown up. And thank you to everybody that's been following me and commenting and liking everything. I hit enough subscribers on YouTube to go live. I don't know that I ever will, but I could, and that's kind of cool. So just a huge thank you to everybody that's been following me. And yes, my cats do now have their own Instagram. Thank you to my readers that reached out and asked me to do that. It's been shocking to see how fast that's gone up. They are over 1,000 already. It has slowed down now, finally, but they are over 1,000 followers, and it's fun to be able to share my cute little fur baby. So I appreciate you pushing me to do it. Talking about, you know, sharing all of the new things. So yes, the new brood, the Poets, will be part of Team Poe, and I'm sure you'll see them on social media as well. Just all sorts of things going on right now. Today, as I mentioned, is going to be a busy day, so I'm kind of flying through all of this. I've got the photo shoot with John Wick today, so that's hence the makeup and the hair, and that's why I'm wearing these very delicate little fancy jewels today. Don't have my normal choker and kind of dark, grungy look. But even though, no, it's the John Wick thing is not a book related thing necessarily. They like Poe Wick, as they're calling him, which sounds a little more like James Bond to me, but not my vision. But I have been getting a lot of inspiration, a lot of book things, and people have mentioned that they see a lot of things on my social media that aren't author related. They actually are author related. A lot of this stuff, like going to that sound bath, it was actually a Yelp event that I went to. But while I was there, and I know my hair, sorry, driving me crazy today. While I was at that sound bath, which I admit I went in fully skeptical, not my thing. It was cool though, and it definitely kind of puts you into like a trance, into almost a sleep state. And when I came out of it, I had figured out all of this stuff for our books 5, 6, and 7 of the Sin series that I hadn't really been able to kind of work out. So they were joking around. They're like, oh, well, you know, hopefully we'll see you back. I was like, I got more series. You guys will see me. You're stuck with me now. But I'm terrible when it comes to like to Canva, to CapCut, to I'm sorry, to those that use it, that's your prerogative. I can't get into the whole AI thing. One, it's just not my thing. I don't like it. I have friends that are artists. I'd rather just hire them. On top of that, just out of curiosity, I did look at like the Copilot, Gemini program, ChatGPT. I've looked at them, and I'm so computer illiterate, I'm just too stupid to use them. I really am. It's too complicated for me. It is something I just don't understand. And if I'm going to have somebody, because if you tell me go YouTube universities, it doesn't work. Honestly, for me, it doesn't work. I get frustrated. I try to watch the videos. I have to like take notes, and then I forget something, and then I go back and I get so upset that I just like close the computer and walk away. That doesn't work for me. I need somebody who will literally sit next to me and walk me through it like a 3-year-old. And if I'm going to have somebody do that, I'd rather they teach me to do either like Canva, CapCut, Photoshop, some sort of actual program where I can do it myself. I don't like relying on AI. Plus, I just prefer to use images generated by my artist friends versus artificial intelligence. So I'm working on getting more things that are actually book related. The sideshows, for example, yes, they're very cool. And that Swords Follower girl still makes my throat hurt. But they also inspired a book. I have a whole new thriller idea based on those sideshow performers, and I'm actually going to be meeting with them and learning more about like the training that they do and what they go through. It's, I know, shocker, historical, but I was really inspired to write something about those old cross-country circus and sideshow acts that used to travel by train all over the country. So I'm excited to do more research on that one. And I know right now it just looks like a hot girl in leather swallowing sword. And it is. That's exactly what the video is. But it does tie back to my books. The Sound Bath, same thing. It's a huge inspirational place for me. So I'm trying to correct the fact that I look more like a lifestyle social media than an author. I am an author. I do have my books. Those of you that know, thank you for supporting my writing. But I am working on getting more book-related things. And if you are one of those people that can walk me through and hold my hand and teach me how to do things like I'm a small child, because I really am when it comes to that kind of stuff, please, God, reach out, because your patience is deeply needed, but would be greatly appreciated. Because I just, not good with technology, which is why going yesterday was kind of funny. As I mentioned, sorry, more hair problems. I am going to that photo shoot today with John Wick, and I have a lunch meeting and a couple other things. But then tonight, join us, hang out with us, SG Tosh and our lovely cocktail mixologist and wizard, Nell, will be at her house. We'll be doing cocktail hour again, unless I hear differently. We will be on 5 o'clock Pacific time. And we do have a theme. Does that mean we'll stick to it? Probably not. We never do. But we do have a theme. It is a surprise, actually, for one of the guests who doesn't necessarily know about it yet. She knows that there's a surprise. She doesn't know what it is. But, and then also, along with Father's Day, speaking of my co-host for tonight, a huge, huge congratulations to Sarah for SG Tosh. She is releasing her next book, Snakes and Stones, which is fantastic, guys. It is really, really good. It's funny, it's intriguing, it's a little spicy, but it is fantastic. I am in awe of her talent, so I'm very excited for her to be releasing the first book in this new series. And then for those of you in the writing reading community that happen to be in Las Vegas, tomorrow is our author social. We even have a home for the summer. We will be out at the Coffee Press, which is the coffee shop attached to Paseo Verde Library near Lee's Family Forum, where the Silver Knights play. So all sorts of crazy going on this weekend, tons of crazy going on today, and I have got to get to it. I'm not even ready. I know they're going to be doing hair, like the rest of the hair and makeup once I get there, and all the setup, but I still have so much to do. So I got to get going. You guys will see everything as we go along, I'm sure. Hopefully we'll see you tonight. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. And if I haven't seen you again until then, I hope I see you next week and you have a great weekend, a great Father's Day, and I will see you next Friday. Until then, stay caffeinated.